Hey everyone, how's it going out there on YouTube? Um, this is Shafe with Schaefer TV, and this video right here, we need to have a chat about the rest of the season outlook for Manchester United. We need to have a chat about the squad. We need to have a chat about the manager, Erik Ten Hag. It's gonna get as real as it's gonna get right now. Nothing too crazy. I'm not a lunatic. I'm not, this or that. But I just want to say some truths. I want to say what the rest of the season I feel is going to look like. I want to say what I believe is going to happen with the manager and a little bit about the squad and how they're playing and how what I see. But yeah, just a quick chat. But before we get into it, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Tell me how right I am, or tell me how wrong I am, or just tell me what you think, what you want to say. Say what you got to say. All right. But yeah, let's get into this video. All right. So the remaining season outlook for United. Right now we are 7th on the table at 50 points. We are behind Newcastle in goal differential. Newcastle have been vying as a mid-table team for the whole season, and out of nowhere, they just passed us up. We have not been playing well in the last couple weeks. I do believe in the last 3 or 4 league games, we have dropped, I believe it's 7 or 9 points from winning positions in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the match. So that is pretty freaking bad. Wow. Where would we be if we got some of those points? Well, I'll tell you where we'd be. We'd be 6th. Yeah. Top 4 is all but gone. I mean, gone. It's like 100% gone. I think even top 5 is 100% gone. We're 10 points behind Tottenham with 6 games left. Tottenham would have to lose and draw 4 or 5 matches, and we would have to basically win out. It's just not a possibility, I don't think. I think that we have a very good schedule in the upcoming weeks. However, I don't believe that we'll win out. We don't have the squad to win out. We don't have the talent to win out. We don't have the coaching. We don't have the tactics. And first and foremost, the players just don't want it. The players don't want it. I believe the players have stopped playing for the manager, from the young ones to the older ones to the experienced ones to the World Cup winners to the Champions League winners. I think that they've just stopped playing for the manager, if I'm being honest. I think that they've lost, almost all the team has lost hope. I think the only one that's out there that actually believes in the manager is probably Bruno Fernandes, and I think that's because was made captain by this manager. I really believe that's the only reason why. I don't think that he's captain material, but I'm not the manager of United, so what do you want from me? All right. So the next match that they have is the FA Cup semi-final versus Coventry. It is away at Coventry. By no means do I think that we're going to run away with this win, but we should win this game. We should progress to the final. We have not had that hard of a cup run. This is one of the easier matches that we could have gotten. It is the easiest match we could have gotten in the semifinal. We have managed to get it. I do believe that we're going to pull it off. I do believe we're going to win that game. We're going to meet City in the FA Cup final. Yes, we will. Then I believe we go to Sheffield United. I do believe that we will win that game. It is at home. We should win that game and pick up points. Then we have Burnley. We should also win that game. It's at home. We should pick up the 3 points. Now, everything that I say, you need to take it with a caveat, because we are bad. We are a bad team. I am speaking strictly looking at the players, at the talent that we have versus the other teams that we are playing. We should win these games. There's no doubt about it. These next 3 matches we should win. Okay? Moving on. Then we play Crystal Palace away at Crystal Palace. I do believe we win that game. I don't give a crap if Crystal Palace are playing well. I don't care that they just beat Liverpool today. In 3 or 4 weeks from now, we should go to Palace and we should put it on them 1 or 2-0. That's what we should do. We should come away with that win. Then we play Arsenal at home. It's probably the only real game that our team is going to be up for in the final, 7-8 matches this season. We need to win this game. We will win this game. We will comfortably beat Arsenal 2-0. I think everyone is going to be shocked when it happens, but I do believe we'll beat Arsenal 2-0. And I believe this is actually the game that we will end the title charge for Arsenal. Yes. However, after that, that is where the season falls off of its hinges. We are going to play at home versus Newcastle. We are going to get rocked by Newcastle. I'm not sure the score, but I imagine it's going to be 2 or 3-0. Maybe 1. We might get a late goal. So we are going to lose to Newcastle, and they're firmly going to hold on to that 6th position and play in Europa League. Then we go away to Brighton, and I firmly believe in the last game of the season that we are going to go to Brighton. We are going to go there, and we are going to lose. That is what I think is going to happen. We're going to lose. We might very well fall out of that 7th position. However, I'm not willing to say what the other teams are going to do, but I will say this. We are going to lose at Brighton. We're going to lose the 2 last league games of the year, and we are going to either be in 7th or 8th. It is going to be tied with the worst ever standing for United in the table, or we are going to break it and come in 8th. So that is what's going to happen. And if that is not enough, ladies and gentlemen, then we have the FA Cup final versus Manchester City. We are going to get absolutely rocked. We're going to lose that game 2 or 3-0. And if we're lucky, that's 2 or 3-0. I do believe City have the means and the firepower to put 5 or 6 past us that day. We are going to be in the dumps. We are going to be playing for a manager that will be sacked. But I think that this is the game that's going to do it. I think that Ineos is going to be right on that edge, and I think they're finally going to push Ten Hag off the edge. We're going to lose this FA Cup final, and the next day Ten Hag is going to be sacked. And it does not depend on if we play well or if we only lose by a small margins. It does not matter. When we lose this match, because we will lose that match, Ten Hag will be sacked the day afterward. I predict 2-0, 3-0, but I can see a 4 or 5 on there as well. We might get a goal, but that might also be wishful thinking. We will lose our last 3 games of the year. We will end the season with 62 points. Probably good enough for 7th. Hopefully good enough for 7th. We will not come in 6th. I do think Newcastle will edge us out. And I hope that we do not come in 8th, because that will just be more fuel on the fire. We have virtually no chance at top 4 or 5. We also have a very slim chance at Europa League at this point. We do not have a very light schedule. Palace have beaten us this season already. Coventry is not a walk in the park. Arsenal is going to take every ounce of our players' breath to beat them. And when we do beat them, that is going to round it off for the year, because we will lose the next 3 matches. We're going to finish either the lowest or tied for the lowest ever in the history of Manchester United. And I also predict that our goal differential will be +2 or +3. We will end the season with a +2 or +3 goal differential. We are absolutely atrocious. And I predict Erik Ten Hag is going to be sacked after the FA Cup final. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Ineos don't really need any more evidence to sack the man. I do believe that he's not a bad coach. I think he's a good coach. I think that he has good ideas. I think that I honestly think that Ten Hag just approached this all wrong. I think that last year he tried to implement his play style and tactics in the first 2 games, and he gave up after that, and he went to transition football, counter-attacking football, ollie ball, ollie football pretty much. And we got very, very lucky last year that Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham were all having poor seasons. We ended up in third with a Carabao Cup win. We had the easiest Carabao Cup run I think I've ever seen in my entire life, and I am 35 years old. Yes, we will not win a trophy this year. We will come in 7th or 8th. I think that he tried to implement his style of play this season, which was a big mistake. He tried, and he is still trying somewhat. He's switching mid-game sometimes, trying to get us to go on the counterattack and transition. He should have... The way that we're playing football this season should have been last season. We should have been ironing out all of this crap last year so that this year we could have made cup runs and going for top 4. However, that is not the way it panned out. I think Erik Ten Hag will be sacked. I think, all things considered, I do believe he deserves it. But I do believe a share of that portion belongs to the players. They do down tools. They don't necessarily need to down tools at the moment with the players that we have and with the tactics that we play. With that being said, I really would like to see Rashford out of the team. I really would like to see Bruno out of the team. I want to see teams line up without Bruno and Rashford starting. We ain't got nothing to lose at this point anyways. We might as well try Mount and Diallo on that left wing. I don't see why not. We need to get Eriksen on the damn field. Mino needs a break once in a while. Eriksen played well for us last year. We need to give him a run of games. Why not? Casemiro... I love the guy. It's probably time for him to go. We need to get rid of Casemiro. We need to get rid of Rashford. We need to get rid of Fernandes. We need to get rid of Luke Shaw. And we need to bring in 2 center backs. We need to bring in 1 more midfielder. We need to bring in another striker, either to partner with or to help Højlund learn how to be a proper forward in the Premier League and use his body and his brain and his pace. Garnacho needs to be a permanent fixture on that left wing. He needs to become smarter, number 1, but he also is one of our main attacking threats at this point. On the right wing, I'm more than happy to have Anthony play on that right wing. He has been doing quite well for us as of late. He is a technical footballer, and I don't mind it. I know a lot of people call for him to be out, but, it's okay. I understand. But, I think he needs a run of games as well. Diallo needs a run of games, but I imagine he's leaving after this season. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be worked out. However, Erik Ten Hag will be gone. And I think the decision between Nagelsmann and De Zerbi. I think that decision is not a very hard one to make. It depends on what you want to see out of our players. It depends on what you want to see. I believe that we should transition to the style of play, a possession-based style of play. We need to hold on to the ball. We need to control the game. We need to attack with vigor. We need to possess the game first and foremost. We need to be secure on the ball, and we need to control the match in its entirety. We don't need to play on moments anymore or hope for moments from our players. The players that play for moments need to get out of our club. We need to control matches. We need to be averaging 55 to 60% of possession every match, no matter the opponent. And I think the man for the job is Roberto De Zerbi. That was a very, very heavy American accent there. De Zerbi. I think that we bring in De Zerbi. I think that we have a chance. He's going to progress our players. He's going to put a little bit of fear into them, and he's going to play the way that he wants to play. And if these players won't play that way, then he's going to get them out. And that's actually what I want right now. So, yep. Let me know what you think about the video. If you agree with me, great. If you don't agree with me, well, too bad. Make your own video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys on another video. All right, guys. Have a good one.